Hello friends, today's topic is might be losing Section 8. Let's rant.
Everybody going around saying that motherfuckers ain't getting food stamp next month. Mind you, bitch, I'm on food stamp. Let me tell you this right now. Donald J. Trump, I don't know what the fuck you got going on in that fucking house of yours, but bitch, you better fix it. Just because your ass going through some shit don't mean you gotta take it out on everybody else, bitch. Fix this shit right now. Let me not get my food stamps. Let me not get my food stamps. I'm going back to stealing. I don't care. If you leave your car unlocked in the middle of the night, lock it, bitch. Because if I don't get no food stamps, best believe me and mine's gonna eat regardless.
These are the animals that you guys defend. I understand that there are people who need to be on food stamps. My mother at a point in time in her life has been on food stamps. I ain't never been on them food stamps. So I gotta wake up every day. I gotta go find a way to feed myself. If I don't eat. And you guys believe that you have a right to just be on food stamps just to be on food stamps. But this nigga talking about how you about to just start stealing shit, robbing other people. And so basically you guys are telling the government, you pay us and you pay for our living or else. This is absolutely lunacy. I got another one for y'all. Hold on.
Tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want, motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to.
Why don't you go get a job? Why don't you go get a job? But again, I understand how some people need food stamps. I get it. I'm not trying to be one of those saying that take all food stamps away. But half of y'all is lazy as a and you think that it's a right that the government should be feeding your children. That is not how this shit goes. The other half of the world has to go outside and feed themselves. Why do you feel like you different?
Go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you gonna think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that stuff. And please follow me to that motherfucking car. If you feeling motherfucking froggy, bitch, you ain't gonna make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you. You wanna take some link? Like, I don't be taking shit already. Watch this. It's okay.
So basically you guys are saying that the government must feed you, take care of you, give you all the benefits and money, and if not, or else you create anarchy. And see, this is why a lot of people, it's not even about them supporting Donald Trump. They're just not a part of this liberal shit. Because why does anybody work? Why does anybody get the fuck off their ass and do anything? What's the point? Everybody got to wake up and they got to feed themselves. They don't get no benefit. Then they, in turn, they also have to pay for your shit. Oh, y'all done lost y'all damn mind. I cannot believe this shit. I hope that all the people who are young and able to work like this young lady looks, and majority of people, because listen, people in the hood, we know. I could call somebody right now and they will sell me their food stamps. We know that y'all full of shit. Y'all are just lazy as hell. A lot of y'all, I ain't gonna say everybody, a lot of y'all lazy as hell. Y'all work in the system and you trying to gaslight everybody else like, oh, nah, hell no. I'm not working if they getting shit for free. That.
In 2 years, I'm going to lose my housing. All because the guidelines for Section 8 have changed since you-know-who got into office. They're saying that if you have a child that is school-aged, meaning if you don't have to stay home with your child, you have to be able to obtain employment, have a full-time job, and you cannot be on Section 8 past 2 years unless you have a disability. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? God forbid I have the stress of being a single mother, right? I have to depend on the government to help pave my way because it's really hard raising a child on your own when the government is pretty much your baby daddy, you know? You know you're going to get that check every single month. You know it's going to hit every single month, so you don't have to stress about it. And now, in 2 years, I'm not going to be able to use the government assistance that I need. That's great.
Hi guys, welcome back again to the YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I can't wait but laugh about this whole MAGA people crying about losing their Section 8 housing and how they didn't believe that this was going to happen to them. They wanted it to happen to other people. Like, they felt that he said it does not mean he's going to do it, and how everybody was fear mongering, and how this was never going to happen and all of that. But now that it's happening, a whole lot of them are now coming on the internet to cry about it and asking for help from other people who warned them about what was going to happen. And now they are crying that they cannot pay their rent anymore. They cannot get, all the support that they have been getting from the previous government because the new one came into power. Well, let's take a look at some of the videos I've gathered for you guys about this. Then I'll come back with a commentary, but I'd love to hear your own take as well as we watch together. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
For all the people happy about the Section 8 cap to 2 years because you think that you are going to have a chance at it, don't get excited because Trump is cutting the funding. Nobody gets the vouchers. Nobody does. So now you can't abuse the program. Great. But also, they're not opening wait lists. So you also don't get the program. So it's like the people not getting cut get the program. And then after the 2 years, who knows what's going to happen? Because the funding is cut. The money is gone.
It's been 7 days since I lost my food stamps. So I have not been able to afford groceries. I didn't get my cash assistance for this month. Section 8 didn't pay my rent yesterday, so now I have to come up with $1,100 that I don't have, okay? $1,100, where am I gonna come up with that? I don't have a job. I'm not looking for a job. I'm not going to get a job. I've never had a job. I'm not going to do it now, okay? I have been in love for...
How does somebody who's been on Section 8 for 10 years get put off just like that? So I have this friend, right? And she's also a property manager. She just told me the most heartbreaking story that I've heard thus far. So for the people who be running around saying, oh, why doesn't nobody take Section 8? Listen up real quick. It is not the landlords all the time. Section 8 means is getting entirely too impossible to meet. They want too much from landlords, and here's why. One of my good friends, she's a landlord as well. She has a tenant who's been on Section 8 for 10 years, right? And the tenant is now losing her Section 8 because her apartment does not have a vent in the bathroom. It didn't have a vent for the last 10 years she's been living there. So now they're adding new rules and new clauses on what gets approved and what doesn't get approved. They are evicting this disabled old lady for the home not having the proper equipment in it, I guess. Some of these houses have been built years and years and years ago before that was even a thing. So now this one little minor thing causing this lady to lose her Section 8 after 10 years. That's when people be like, it's the landlord, it's the landlord. If you were a landlord, would you rather spend thousands of dollars creating something that's not even in her home? Like, you literally have to build a whole new infrastructure in her bathroom just so she have ventilation. And if somebody figured out you was doing that and they requested one, you have to give it to them, or that creates nepotism. So to avoid the nepotism and spending all of that money, they're not going to spend all that money just to get the bare minimum from Section 8. So that's why they declined to put the fan in this lady's bathroom. This poor lady, she has called everybody that she could to try and get a new inspector. But unfortunately for her, these are the rules on Section 8 now. While it passed 9 other times, year 10 didn't pass for her. But unfortunately for this lady, she's on a fixed income, so she's not going to be able to afford living on a fixed income and paying regular rent. That's it. The government just hangs this lady out to dry. And the story just broke my heart. Like, even if we wanted to take Section 8 out here in some of these properties, they want you to have the Taj Mahal. They want these apartments to be immaculate, and the demand is entirely too high. Section 8 is requiring the landlords to do the unaccomplishable. Like, literally, this is how this building is. Putting an exhaust in a bathroom it would require building a whole new infrastructure so that the exhaust would be able to have somewhere to exit out. You can't have an exhaust in the bathroom sucking out air and living in the walls. That's going to create more problems than what is needed. So what do you think the landlord is going to do? They're not going to build it. And then that lady loses her Section 8 because Section 8 is sitting there wanting something that wasn't even there to begin with. It's just sad. My heart goes out for that lady, and I'm baffled. I'm lost for words right now. But that's just to give you a little insight.
Here is the latest update on the Section 8 two-year time limit proposal and how it is being affected by the government, who's really literally dragging their feet. The deadline is September 30th. Let's get into it. So what's happening right now? Congress has not passed the FY 2026 budget yet, and the government is still on track to shut down at midnight September 30th unless the deal is reached. The Trump administration's for FY 2026 budget proposal includes a 2-year time limit on Section 8 and other federal housing programs for able-bodied adults. Elderly and disabled tenants would be exempt. This proposal is not yet a law. It's part of the budget bill that still needs to be passed by Congress. What the proposal will do, if passed: cap Section 8 assistance at 2 years for most adults, replace federal vouchers with state block grants, giving states control over rental assistance programs. I'm going to say that again. Replace federal vouchers with state-run block grants, giving states control over rental assistance programs. Impose work requirements, which we know 20 plus hours a week for able-bodied adults under 62. Demand citizenship verification from all public housing authorities, which we know that is happening now, which that's going to wrap up. And what's going to be the impacts of the government shutdown? If Congress doesn't pass the budget or continue with a resolution, HUD will operate with a skeleton staff. New Section 8 applications, renewals, and funding could be delayed or paused. Expiring contracts like PBRA and HAP agreements may not be renewed if the shutdown lasts more than 30 years. So if you're in the shelter and you're getting a Section 8 voucher, or you got called off the waiting list, or you have a transfer, anything that you have to do from a Section 8 perspective is going to be paused and nothing is going to be done. So it is insane. They're really trying to kick people off Section 8 after 2 years, even if they're working and they still can't afford rent. Trump's budget wants states to decide who gets help housing the most states. And most states don't care about poor people. Let's face it, most states do not care about poor people. It's just really, really ridiculous. And I hope that you guys take this seriously. That's why I say, like, pay your portion, don't fuck up. Section 8 is a blessing. You know, if Congress don't act by September 30th, HUD shuts down. No renewals, no vouchers. Serious.
It's time to go to work. Because if you don't, well, you might be homeless. What do you think about this video? Thank you for watching. Until next time.